This year, more than 400 weather records have been broken in 2019 in 29 countries in the Northern Hemisphere. One of its biggest drivers is the greenhouse effect. CO2 is produced by fossil fuel burning and other activities such as cement production and tropical deforestation. Warmer climate leads to, for example, extreme weather conditions, rise of sea level, complications with agriculture and food production, droughts, etc.
That's where the superheroes of our planet come into play. Trees. Hi, my name is Mattia Cimino. I'm the head of the scientific department here at Ecosia. Through a process called photosynthesis, leaves pull in carbon dioxide and water and use the energy of the sun to convert this into chemical compounds, such as sugars that feed the tree. But as a byproduct of that chemical reaction, oxygen is produced and released by the tree. Trees also store carbon dioxide in their fibers, helping to clean the air and reduce the negative effects that this CO2 could have had on our environment. Apart from being the most effective CO2 absorbers we have, trees help mitigate climate change, restart water cycles, stop deserts from spreading, and turn barren grounds back into fertile woods and farmland.
As global temperatures rise and the human population expands, more of the planet is vulnerable to desertification. While land degeneration has occurred throughout history, the pace has accelerated, reaching 30 to 35 times the historical rate, according to the United Nations. This degeneration tends to be driven by a number of factors, including urbanization, mining, farming, and ranching. In the course of these activities, trees and other vegetation are cleared away, animal hooves pound the dirt, and crops deplete nutrients in the soil.
Growing fresh produce in agroforestry systems provides food and income for those who need it most. Trees help to regenerate depleted soils and allow people to thrive off their land rather than having to migrate in search of better living conditions. Local men and women can find stable employment and earn an income of their own, which can help to stabilize political and economic situations in developing countries. Thanks to this income, parents can afford to send their children to school, buy medicine, and build houses.
Habitat loss is probably the greatest threat to the variety of life on this planet today. It is identified as a main threat to 85% of all species described in the IUCN Red List, those species officially classified as endangered. Forest loss and degeneration is mostly caused by the expansion of agricultural land, intensive harvesting of timber, wood to fuel and other forest products, as well as overgrazing.
Hi, my name is Alex. Planting trees on your own is a difficult venture, but can you imagine planting trees would be as easy as riding a bike or googling something? Well, it actually is. So how can you help to reduce CO2 by planting trees, you might ask yourself? Let's answer this important question. Through your web searches on the Ecosia web browser, we are able to generate a revenue with advertisements that will be used to finance non-profit nature conservation organizations which are working on the reforestation of the planet. With 80% of the surplus income, Ecosia supports several projects around the globe. To these projects belong the Nature Conservancy, which is committed to the preservation of the Atlantic rainforest of Brazil, or WeForest, through which trees can be planted in Burkina Faso. So, if you search something on the Ecosia web browser, you help to plant a tree.
We need to take action, guys. How can we ignore what's happening to our home? I don't understand that. It's happening to you guys. Climate change. If the emissions have to stop, then we must stop the emissions. To me, that is black or white. Live or die. There are no gray areas when it comes to survival. We have to change. So why are we not reducing our emissions? Why are they still, in fact, increasing? Are we only causing climate change? No, of course not. People keep doing what they do, because the vast majority doesn't have a clue about the actual consequences for their everyday life. And they don't know that rapid change is required. Everything needs to change, and you can start today with simply using Ecosia. Instead of using Google, Bing, DuckDuckGo and other search engines, you can use Ecosia. Ecosia does everything what the other can do, and more. It is simple to use as the other search engines. Look. Every search you do on Ecosia will lead to a new tree. With every search you do on Ecosia, we actively support organizations which rebuilds our environment and actually our home to a better place. Thank you guys.